Hello everyone, welcome again to the Sideboard. I'm Glenn Jones, and I'm here today with Justin Uppal, who played Omniscience, or Show and Tell, or however you want to describe the new version of the Omniscience deck in Legacy. Omniscience, obviously, like, card people thought might be making some splashes, because Legacy is where all the best spells are. What do you think now that you've played a few rounds with Omniscience? What's your opinion?
It's very powerful. It's possible it's just better than all the other Show and Tell decks. It has another element because of, well, this, and you have your whole sideboard in from game one, which is really strong.
This being Burning Wish, which gives you access to a lot of bizarre options, especially the Petals of Insight.
Like, the way you win is you Show and Tell, either if it doesn't resolve, then you just, wait. Like every other Show and Tell deck, you try to manage their clock and your clock. You try to build enough counters, and you only play 8, but the hedge is 3 Overmasters. This card's insane. It's a rare that card's impossible to find. A lot of places are sold out of it, and it's amazing. Very few people know how to play around it because you can't. Because I always Overmaster when I have nothing, because they always counter it, and since you only play 8, and all of your cantrips you have 3 pieces of the combo, you have to Show and Tell, either put in Gristlebrand or Emrakul, which is pretty sweet, but against Maverick, they're just going to put in Knight and Caracas your guy back, which is really bad, considering that you're probably already behind. So you put in Omniscience, there we go, and you cast Burning Wish for free, and Petals of Insight. This card lets you look at the top 3 cards of your library, and if you don't like them, you put them to the bottom, and this comes back to your hand. Since it's free, you can do this infinite number of times, and if your deck is non-divisible by 3, then you can stack it any way you want, albeit it'll take forever.
Sure.
So, after you've done this an infinite amount of times, eventually you'll find the other 3 Burning Wishes in your deck, and you can Burning Wish for a Grape Shot. And what you have to keep in mind here is that if your opponent has Stifle, you have to be able to cast Force of Will also for free because of Omniscience. So you want to be able to stack your library with Force of Will, Burning Wish, and any other card. And this card says you draw 3 cards, so you do eventually get the 3. And it has to be non-divisible by 3 because you're seeing 3 every time. And eventually you stack the 3 in the order you want. Also, I wasn't actually sure how to go about this. I talked to a couple judges, and they said I should do it the natural way a couple times, and then make sure my opponent's familiar with it. I always show the Grape Shot, so they know how they're dying, and I haven't had any problems today. So, the only problem I've actually found with this deck is that it's very all-in on Show and Tell. If people actually, started considering this to be the best Show and Tell deck, Extirpate, Surgical Extraction, and Discard would be very, very strong against this deck. LSV 4-0 to daily. Recently, Legacy's been picking up on Magic Online because MOCS is in 3 weeks.
Yeah, so people are actually firing the events now.
Yeah, so the events are really popular, and LSV won a daily playing this deck, but he had Jace in it instead of Overmaster. And Jerry Thompson recently sent me this list, and I really wanted to try it. I've never played a Force Show and Tell deck in Legacy before, in a sanctioned event, and I was actually very impressed. I don't think I lost a single game testing to a blue deck. You can just sit there. The Miracle deck doesn't provide a strong enough clock to be able to fight Overmaster. And once you accumulate enough Burning Wishes, Overmasters, or counters, eventually they can't do anything. Even countertop, the chances that they're going to find a 3 on top is very, very slim.
Sure, there aren't that many in that deck.
And I've actually hardcast Omniscience once. Countertop locked. Jay almost about to get Jaced. He got Emrakuled. And you do get to take a free turn.
So you're telling me he didn't have a 10 or a 15 in the top 3?
I know.
That's pretty unlucky. I mean,
yeah.
You gotta run good, though, to win every now and then.
You do have to run good.
Yeah, I do like the Overmasters. The build that top 8'd the Grand Prix, I think it was. Or no, sorry, it was an SCG Open, right, in Buffalo?
Yeah, Buffalo, right.
It ran 1 Overmaster on the board just to Burning Wish for, and here you've got 3 in the main functioning as, like, a semi preordained /silence kind of card, and then
Right.
the other one in the board to Burning Wish. I do like that you can cast them when you don't have anything, and your opponents are going to just be forced to counter them out of
Yeah.
fear a lot of the time.
Yeah.
And that's a pretty reasonable value play, especially because it cantrips. So
Yeah.
you might just find something on the off chance it
Yeah.
resolves, and then they'll be dead. Did you make any changes to the list after you got it from Jerry?
I had Tormod's Crypt originally. I didn't think Tormod's Crypt and Grafdigger's Cage would make a difference. Usually when I play Rug Delver, I almost always snap take Tormod's Crypt just because the 1 mana is very important.
Yep.
But in actual testing, Dredge almost always killed me turn 2 or 3, just because they assumed I had nothing. And so now we're back to Grafdigger's Cage. I think I didn't make any changes at all, actually. I thought the deck list was very, very solid. The only problem I actually had was, this came up today, I had Burning Wish, Show and Tell, and counters, and the only way I could win is if I Burning Wished for Living Wish for Emrakul to Show and Tell in, which I actually did do that, and then I lost on the next turn because I got burned out, which is not pleasant, but I'll take it as I get it.
All right, well, guys, we're going to make sure we get this deck list up online for you so you can check it out. And thanks for coming in, Justin.
No problem. Thanks for having me.